Welcome to the Creative Brew, helping you keep your creative juices brewing. We're giving out chunks of insight, motivation, and practicality for your creative journey. A new episode of the Creative Brew here at Panels Comics and Coffee Bar here in Oceanside, California. Right off of Mission Avenue. If you're in the area, please check it out. Great atmosphere, great coffee, and some of the newest graphic novels and comics out to date. Today we have my buddies Sarah and Logan here.
Hey.
And we're talking about CoboBottle, talking about the brand, and talking about what inspires them, what motivates them to sort of market such a I believe a very innovative brand.
Thank you.
But I've already asked you this once, but I'll ask it again. I'm sure both of y'all are comic book fans.
Some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Growing up, be that my name is Logan, so I was getting it whenever I was younger. Wolverine and called various names, if you will, but never lived up to the Hugh Jackman status of the character, if you will.
Wolverine's actually my favorite character.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people could say that.
Yeah, my favorite character is Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah, I will ride or die with him.
We'll ride or die with that guy. He puts it together.
Yeah.
So very. I was happy, especially in Infinity War when he finally got to pick up Thor's hammer. I was hoping that was going to happen.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that actually happened in an old storyline where Thor was actually needed help, and Captain America was worthy to pick up his hammer, and he picked it up. So I when I saw the hammer sort of, even when Captain America tried to pick it up, I think he tried to pick it up in Avengers 2, and Thor was sort of he was worried, but I could tell then. Yeah, I could tell then. I was like, oh, I hope he gets it in Infinity War.
Very cool.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
But today we are talking about CoboBottle. And really talking about really the purpose, the mission of CoboBottle, how it even started.
Yeah.
And we can go obviously with that through the course of this interview and talk about some other things like the grand opening and all kinds of things.
There's some cool stuff coming.
Oh yeah. So could you, I guess, give everyone a quick intro about you and you and Sarah? And,
my name's Logan Avant. I've traveled all over the place, lived in third world countries, grew up in southeast Texas near Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah. Served in the service for a while, did some tours overseas, and worked for Fortune 500 Finance for 12 years as a controller in North America for some big companies.
Okay.
Danone Foods and so on, and then decided when I was living in New York that wasn't for me anymore. So I decided my creative side actually told me that corporate stuff wasn't for me anymore, and that I wanted to be doing things with a bit more purpose, and that I thought I could, instead of making a handful of owners at a big company really rich, maybe I could put my time towards giving some of the wealth and capital that's floating around out there in the world towards things that really needed it, in my humble opinion, which was those who are not as privileged as others, or those who live in areas, were born in areas with less. Mm-hmm. May it be education, resources, maybe they're in an area where they face drug and weapon crimes all the time, and it's hard to get out of those situations, and people without clean water, people without food, people without education.
Yeah.
And I thought personally felt like I wasn't doing enough, and I also felt like Americans weren't doing enough, and that's just my opinion, So I wanted to create something that facilitated an option for people to be able to do that in their everyday life, okay, and be inspired by that. And so I started down the journey of figuring out how to make that happen, and it's not that straightforward, to be honest with you.
No.
So what I did is I reached out to the people that were my closest confidants, and the people that I loved and cared for and had a brain. They were very smarter than I.
Yeah.
And so we came up with some ideas, and the result of those ideas are what we see today. WildSwell is a nonprofit that focuses on investing in the futures of sustainability and capabilities for people that need it.
Wow.
And so that's my story and how we got here, and we brought on a team of folks up to 14 people across the United States, in some capacity volunteers and some local operations. Sarah's in our operations team. And yeah, she can introduce herself and her role.
All right.
Yeah, I was brought on as the program coordinator for our Live, Give, Heal program, which is the collaboration between CoboBottle and WildSwell through our Give Back program, which honestly was my dream job. I had just graduated from Point Loma Nazarene University down here in San Diego. That's what brought me down to Southern California.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And yeah, I had a friend who worked with CoboBottle and had that connection, and I reached out to Logan, and everything kind of happened from there. I feel incredibly
Now she
blessed.
does everything. I don't know if she likes to do all of it, but she seems to put on a good show that she likes to do overall. But now she's doing everything. She helps with local operations. She's coordinating our event coming up. She keeps in contact and starts new relationships, builds relationships we've already got, and digs in deep with the partners that we work with on a lot of our give back initiatives. I mean, heck, just yesterday we were in LA talking to Thirst Project and Evan and the team up there, working on a huge project with a lot of opportunities to be in a bunch of schools across the nation in a fundraising capacity, you know, moving our product to fundraise for thirst projects, clean water projects. And I mean, it's a huge opportunity time and time again. It's folks like Sarah, her personality and her passion for what we do, that really makes these things possible. So yeah, not enough thanks to her and the rest of the team, Danny and everybody else across the U.S. helping us out.
Awesome. So you actually just brought up a very interesting point, and it's something I think personally I'm always sort of thinking about, even when I interview others. And you created CoboBottle, and what was, and I know you were in another, I know I've interviewed others where they've been in another position, and it was that threshold, it was like that one moment to where they was like, okay, that's it, I'm making the decision to sort of go a whole different direction. What was that point?
That's a heavy question, dude. It happened in the water in Oregon, 15-foot swell day. So yeah, I was surfing in some big waters, and you know, the future was uncertain whether I was going to make it to shore or make it past that wave on that day, and I was dumped and almost drowned. And by the time I raked myself off of the beach after that situation, and mouth and lungs full of water, I was like, man, whatever it is I'm doing on Monday at my office is not nearly as important as the things I want to do.
Yeah.
And life's short.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I've had plenty of near-death experience in prior lives in the military, but never in such a way where Mother Nature handed it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was in Mother Nature's nest and she handed it to me. And I was thinking, man, I don't know if I'm doing enough to give back to her.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing enough, I don't know if I'm doing anything to make Earth and Mother Nature better. I seem to be taking a lot, using a lot, buying a lot, eating a lot of things, and consuming and wasting so much. Yeah. It's just, I broke in that moment and was like, God, you know, I could be doing a lot more. Yeah. And so, you know, the reason we went down the bottle route for, you know, a handful of reasons, if y'all are interested, but there's a lot of competition out there in bottles. What we're building now is it's not a bottle company. Yeah. I mean, that's what we are. Yeah. You know, it's our thing. But what the bottle, and you know, we'll talk about later maybe, is where we're evolving that as a company and an organization is not really about bottles. But yes, we have designed a beautiful product that facilitates multifunctional use and so on. But in all of that, I guess there was a moment where I broke. You know, and I was like, man, we gotta do something different here.
Oh yeah, that's something where I'll think about that a lot, and you know, it's just one of those where, you know, you try to help out people, or even in my case, as far as I see myself sort of evolving and sort of shifting, even with my creative career, and I think for a lot of people that are real passionate about creating something for this planet, there's usually that little break point
Right.
Where once you make that decision, that's it. And it's sort of funny because the life universe, it always tends to give you what you need.
Yeah.
When you make that decision.
Interesting, right?
And so yeah, it's sort of amazing. Even with CoboBottle, I've tested it. I'll take it with me when I work out, and I've put cold water in there, and I'll put it in a sauna and just have it with me, and I'm like the outside of it is sort of hot because it's
It gets real hot.
about 100 degrees.
It gets real.
But I was like, oh, this water's still cold. I was like, this is awesome. But so yeah,
I'm glad it's working for you.
Yeah,
Man.
I love it.
Good.
So even the name CoboBottle, what is that? Kobo, what is that?
So it spawns from the original idea, which is I wanted to create an organization and a thing or a service that allowed people and organizations to collaborate with each other for a larger movement.
Yeah.
So it stands for Collaboration Bottle, bro.
Wow. Yeah, I was like, what is Kobo? What is
Let me get that question.
We originally, and the essence of the idea for our product is not what you see today.
Okay.
This is not the product that you see today. The product you see today is not the product of the future for a CoboBottle.
Yeah.
It is in form and function.
Yeah.
As a drinking vessel.
Yeah.
But we are investing in and have designed technology for the bottle to support a network of people that can collaborate and donate throughout the day whenever they use it with their business service providers and other businesses that are within our network, our 2B network.
Okay, cool.
So imagine a future where your drinking vessel and container allows you to collaborate, like through social media and platforms, to donate to causes and share your donations and your network of where you are, and where service providers give you discounts for bringing in your own container and so on, and share that with a network so that it's a full circle. Not only am I doing a beneficial thing, when I use my bottle, I'm also giving back. And not only am I using my bottle and giving back, but I'm sharing that with my network, my social network, so they can be inspired to do the same.
Yeah.
And you can do that seamlessly, real time, through the Live Give Heal app, the CoboBottle Live Give Heal app, which is something that we're designing right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was the original vision, right? And as you can imagine, that sounds collaborative in every essence of the word.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the value stream, which is how we make the bottle, what do we make the bottle out of, where do we manufacture it, and how do we get it here, to what does the consumer feel and think about the culture and their use, and inspired by the thing to reuse it every day and throughout the day. And additionally, service providers within the network of coffee shops, smoothie shops, juice shops will be, hopefully, we hope that they will be part of our network to offer discounts every time we use a CoboBottle. Even add a button to the refill, CoboBottle refill. Okay, that means we're going to donate this money to a cause rather than just give it back to the customer, etc.
Yeah.
So I'm telling a lot about what the future is, because I'm not afraid to share, but the technology is under a lock and key. But this is something that's quite complicated.
Awesome.
We're not sure America's ready for it yet, to be honest, for something quite so seamless today.
Yeah.
So that's why we haven't dropped it yet, but we're investing in the sustainability and the scalability of that technology with our product so that we can do it on any product.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that is something else. That's so it's one of those where I think with CoboBottle, it sort of reminds me of even with other companies like Amazon and even Apple, where they think differently, or they want to break the status quo. They just happen to make computers.
Right.
And I think it's one of those where even with CoboBottle, where you have such a large vision and mission for protecting our waters and being sustainable and really protecting this earth. You just happen to do it through
a drinking
bottles,
container.
do products like that. So it's very interesting to see how brands like you and others, how you develop your vision and mission, and what drives everything on a daily basis. So
thank you, man. Thanks for the good words and the confidence in our brand. Dude.
It's one of the, I've tested it. I've drawn all over
That's
it.
Good to hear. He has.
Put tea in there, put water in there. So
That's
it's
awesome.
If you haven't got this bottle yet, please get it. I'll put it in the show notes. I'll put it on our video episode as well as the podcast. please check it out. This is probably an organization that you may not have heard of. If you're on the West Coast, you've probably heard of it. If you're on the East Coast, for my East Coast audience, check it out. This is a great company, and they're, like I said, they're doing all kinds of things. So even if you're wanting to use it for for events, for for conferences, this is also a great gift.
It's a great corporate gift.
So yeah, you can also put your logo, customize it.
Yeah, we've got a Thirst Project logo that we did with them yesterday.
Yeah.
We're working on. We sorry to interrupt you, but
that's fine.
we also have a personalization program that we just launched, which is really cool and fun, exciting. Where I could snap a picture of you right now. And send it to our artist Taco that lives in Brazil. Yeah. And he will do a caricature of you. And if you wanted to be a superhero, we have a fantasy program. All right. So I take a picture of your face, and you tell me what superhero, because you're going to be Captain America, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna put your face, right, and I'm gonna upload at the checkout or the add to cart screen. I'm gonna upload a picture of your face and a picture of Captain America. Yeah. And my artist is going to put your head, like a bobblehead, on Captain America's body. And then we're going to go and we're going to engrave it on a bottle and get it to your door within a 10-day period after you have ordered that product.
Oh, wow.
Even East Coast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it.
So we've got some cool programs. Yeah. We got some pretty cool programs.
I'll have I've got a lot of friends that would definitely
exercise.
Definitely do that.
Awesome.
So, what do you feel like with CoboBottle? I know there's a lot of other, bottling companies, and this is actually the first one that I've seen, even looking through the website, that it's a definite, vision and mission for what you're trying to do. What do you feel What do you feel like makes it different from other, competitors or?
Yeah. Well, we built it from the bottom up with purpose. Not that other companies didn't, but we built it as a vessel. I was saying before, to facilitate our Give Back initiative. So the other bottle companies are giving back a ton. They have more sales than we do. Yeah. And because they've been around a while, and they've got bigger marketing budgets and so on, working with a lot of people, and we hope to do the same in the future. Hell, we've only had product in market a year and a half now, so we're pretty small, working out the things. And when we bridge that gap to the platform I was explaining before, that's when we're going to really put the money behind it and push it global. Yeah. But we're in the farming stage of that, is what I like to call it right now. But what makes the bottle as a vessel and functionally different itself is, it's got a strainer in there which allows you to steep tea, do other things like infused water and stuff like that. It also, if you've ever been walking or in the car and you're drinking something and somebody slams on the brakes and you spill it on your the front side. Yeah, that only happened to me every morning on my way to the office in New York. So now it's got this strainer, so it slows the pour down, so when you go to drink it, right, it doesn't dump on you even if you turn it up. Okay. Right? You get to that last bit down at the bottom, you got the ice, and you got a little sip left, and you go to turn it up, and what happens? The
ice and everything comes
down, right? Okay, so what the strainer does, it stops it. Yeah. And you get that last bit of ice or coffee in the ice and so on. Yeah. So, that's really what it is, and the reason we need that is because we've got a big mouth on the thing, right? So that you can put full-size ice in there. Yeah. You can put fruit in there. Yep. Put all that stuff in there, but the cool part is you're not going to dump on yourself, even though it's got the big mouth. Oh, yeah. So functionally speaking, you've got that, and then from a company offering perspective, everybody's doing customization, like putting people's logos in hypercolors and all kinds of colors or engraving. We do all that stuff too. Yeah. We can do anything, the other companies are doing, but what we're doing additionally is this program on personalization. Yeah. Where when you do order this fantasy character personalized bottle, or you order a gift for a wedding couple that you're going to, and you want to get them a wedding gift, and you get caricatures of them on there and say to the happy couple and the date, right? Yeah. And it's got their faces on there for them to remember their wedding date by. We've got personalization programs like that, but every program gives back to a specific cause. For example, any program that has a face on it, with the exception of our Kobo Action program, right? Yeah. So our Kobo Action program is something, if you're a surfer and you get a caricature done on a bottle of you surfing, right? Yeah. We're going to give the funds 100% of the profits, which is about $4 per bottle sold right now, to Backyard Sports Cares.
Okay.
And that's an organization in the Westchester County area of New York that does an after-school program for underprivileged, usually on the underprivileged areas of the county.
Yeah.
And the students and the youth fall into the autism spectrum or the some sort of special needs area of society. And so they offer a free after-school program where they get engaged them with sports, but they team sports all the time, a team sport, and skills training where pro athletes and folks and police officers and high school and college athletes come and work with the kids. And so we help fund those programs, the uniforms, so they get an official uniform. They got we have competitions like semifinals and finals for them to participate in, and people get to come out. So we're really passionate about that. And then the other programs where you get a face on the bottle. Facilitate Fresh Start Foundation, which is an organization here in San Diego County that does corrective surgeries for folks that were born with a deformity such as cleft lip or cleft palate. Sarah knows more about these, the details of these, but these are the programs that we're offering as a company that no other bottle company is offering. And it's a guarantee that when you buy our product, you're going to be happy with the product. If you're not, we're going to make we're going to make it right. You know what I mean? Like any other company from a quality of service perspective. But in addition to that, you're getting a premium product that's personalized to you that you will never forget, that I guarantee you there's not another one like, because we have an artist that does the art. And his name is Taco, and he is amazing, okay? And he lives in Brazil. He's our man. But anyway, and you get that product, it's personal to you, you'll never want to lose it, and you'll know for a fact with that thumbprint on top of our bottle that you're giving back and helping lives all around the world live a better life, man. And so we truly stick it right. We say what we're going to do, and we put our best foot forward, and we stick the money right where it belongs every time the bottles are sold. We're investing in the futures of people, man.
Wow, that's
sorry, I get a little passionate. I get a little bit passionate about it, man.
It's all right. And that's, like I said, that's what I want to hear. I mean, I'm always interested in, when people are building brands like this, what is the force behind it? Not necessarily. I think a lot of people see the logo, and they don't realize, from a marketing branding perspective, a lot of people we use that logo to sort of market the overall brand. But I'm always interested in what's behind that, and what's the driving force behind certain brands like you and what other people are doing. So I'm always interested to say, what is the mindset, like what sort of pushes them and drives them to sort of really create a brand like this, to where you're creating a community, looking to create a better place for everyone to live on this planet. And that's something that I'm a huge advocate for, and I definitely want to see our waters, protected and really just, even as humankind, just being able to evolve and being able to, for everybody to sort of rise up.
It's important. The experiences that we have and our kids have and our prior generations have had, the experiences that humanity has had with nature is nothing like today. Even today is nothing like what it used to be. And the generations that come after us, the truths and the numbers and the facts of history, it's not going to be the same. Whale watching, experiencing snorkeling, seeing the creatures and the underwater creatures and the living reefs. The reefs are dying, dude. They're dying. You see a wave on top of the water that's beautiful. There's trash-covered reef under there in foreign countries that's creating that wave. And it's sad because humans have done that damage. And we're trying to help that out, and I think it's education side of it, and that message behind the brand is so critical. Because you see the CoboBottle logo, we don't know what that means. It's a pretty bottle, but it's more to your point about the why, not so much the what. But now it's really about the what and the why. It's so important to have a high quality product and good service and all that, but backed by the why. man, that blows our socks off. It does me when I find products that do that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, that drives everything. One of my favorite books is Start With Why by Simon Sinek, and
Beautiful.
And he talks about everything has to be driven by that bigger why.
Cool.
And once you figure that out, then you know the how and the what.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of brands aren't doing it. I think they're going in reverse and saying, hey, we sell this,
Right.
and then trying to develop a brand around that instead of
Right.
saying why are you doing this?
Chicken or the egg,
Yeah.
what comes first? You got to
Yeah.
have a horse and a buggy.
Yep.
And if your passion is the horse will take you everywhere you need to go, right?
Yeah,
That's my humble opinion. If money's your passion, then it'll probably take you where you need to go, but not the same route I'm taking to get there.
And we're back with a new episode of The Creative Brew. If you've been tuned in, we are talking about CoboBottle and really the bigger mission and the why behind it with Logan, with Sarah. This has been a very interesting conversation, very enlightening conversation. And but yeah, we're, like I said, definitely some other things I want to talk about. Going into the grand opening of CoboBottle, and it's coming up October 25th.
25th.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. And
6 to 9 p.m.
all right. So what things I guess you could probably explain to the audience more what you'll be doing there at the grand opening. What I know you've got some things that's going to be happening there as far as music and
Yeah.
art and things, but maybe you can.
Hey, I'll just sum it up in one shot, and I'll let Sarah, tell us about the really fun stuff. But, we're new to Oceanside as of about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like some businesses, we start out at home
Yeah.
in the garage.
Yep.
And so, as they say, we did. We did it. And so we outgrew the house. We outgrew the garage and the 3 other rooms in the house. So, so we moved to an office right here in Oceanside on Wisconsin, a few blocks off the beach, and we're blessed to be there, I'll tell you what. And so we're operating out of there, and now it's time for us to open doors. It's our headquarters office, not a retail space really, but
Yeah.
you can come in and look at the product there at the office and go through our personalization programs. We've got a wall that displays all of our capabilities and the teams there you can talk to, and we'll help you navigate through the site. If you've got special needs for a custom project or a thank you gift to somebody that you want personalized in a really epic, crazy, cool way, we can do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk. It's also the headquarters for the WildSwell half of the business, so we can talk about our project work. And Sarah's usually there to greet and talk to folks. So what we wanted to do is host a celebration of us moving into our new office in town.
Okay.
Invite our community partners, which are our local folks that retail our products that we work with in the local give back. Oceanside Kitchen Collaborative, Jitters Coffee, the Privateer sells our bottles, a lot of other retailers up and down the coast here in San Diego County. And so the idea is celebrate the opening doors of our headquarters office. And in that, we wanted, we're a give back organization, and the environment is a huge, huge part of what we do. I'm a surfer. We're in a local surf community, and that's kind of, as I explained before, turned me away from corporate America into was Mother Nature's gift of the ocean and waves,
Yeah.
and all the things that come from that, including the critters in the ocean. So
Yeah.
what we wanted to do is theme the event based on the ocean. So the theme is Ocean of Life. Ocean is life, and so we're there to share our passion for the ocean, share our passion for this community and our business partners here locally, and invite them into our new house. And we're gonna have some food and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
What are we gonna be doing?
Well, one of the ways we're going to be celebrating our oceans is with local art. We have a bunch of local artists that are participating.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah, we've got Lauren Hisgens and Jay Manning, and we've got Jessica Osakowski and David Dorman, a bunch of different SoCal folks that do various art that celebrates our oceans.
Yeah.
So we're going to be celebrating their work. with them, and they're sharing it with us, which we're so grateful to do.
Cool. We're gonna have a live art. Somebody's gonna be doing some live art to the beat of the music while we're there. Yeah. We also are gonna let people coming in the door do some art of their own, if you will. Some funky stuff. I've got one of my surfboards that I'm donating to as an art project, where people coming in the door will be able to glue trash to it to create a trash surfboard.
Trash that we've collected in our beach cleanups.
We're stoked about that.
We're doing a team project.
Yeah, we've got this team project. It's kind of a surprise, but I'll give you a hint. It's the Oceanside driftwood wave. So you'll be able to come in and take a picture getting barreled under a wave made out of driftwood from our coastline.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're excited about that.
Yeah, there's gonna be live music. Local San Diego County band, Cath. They play pop jazz. So we're gonna have 2 of them are gonna be here tonight to play awesome music with us. There's gonna be food, which I think you mentioned.
We got food from the privateer,
wrenching the rodent,
and we'll have some beer and some wine.
Yeah, it's
fun
gonna be
stuff.
a really fun
Just
time.
to celebrate and get together and hang out with each other, you know.
We'll be a party.
We'll be talking to some of these artists and other local organizations. Will be there, so we want to have a little kind of an open, if you will, creative brew conversations while folks are there to introduce kind of the projects that people are working on.
Awesome.
So we hope to have you there, man, so we can chat.
I'll be there. I will be there.
Good. So yeah, that's kind of the deal.
Awesome. So when is the grand opening? What time is it?
October 25th, 6-ish
to 9 p.m.
Okay.
And it'll be a flow of people just coming and going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
at our office here in Oceanside, Wisconsin Avenue. 403 Wisconsin Avenue.
Sweet B.
PCH in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. What is one creative tip that you can give our audience?
All right. Creative tip. Send it. If you got passion, you got a creative idea, my whole thing is just get weird. Like, sometimes we hold back because we're worried about what people are going to think.
Yeah.
We're worried about if this is going to look good or sound good to somebody.
Yeah.
Who cares, man? The most incredible moment is when you just, in your head, you let go and you get into that passion and you get into that creative moment and let it just go. Get wild with it. Who cares? You know what I mean? And you'll find yourself in moments like that. Yeah. And you also find some really beautiful visions about some things that could really work for you and for other people. And that's all I would. It's my recommendation. It works for me.
I'm gonna copy that. Send it.
Get weird.
I like that.
Hey, get weird. I'll tell a very brief story. I was asking this gal the other day. I said, "So what's the weirdest thing you're doing these days?" You know, and she's like, "Man, I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but I put my headphones on when I go for a walk. I go for a run on the beach, and I dance like a wild person." She just runs down the beach. I'm not gonna say her name. She just runs down the beach. And she just like jumps and cartwheels and dances and bebops and fist pumps and does all this stuff. And people are looking at her and like high-fiving her. Yeah. She's like she's pretty like chill.
Yeah.
Until this happens apparently, right? And she's like, this is the most incredible thing I've ever done for myself, right? And so she gets so inspired by just letting loose and get wild. And you know, it's one of those things. I think we got to do it. Yeah. Send it.
That is so awesome.
I like that. What about you, Sarah?
That's funny because I think for me, I have to slow myself down to make space for creativity. And so I, like in my life right now, I'm working on simplifying and I'm working on, and I'm learning a lot about mindfulness, which a lot of folks are learning about. And I'm trying to do things like take walks around my neighborhood, but not with music in. Where you're just listening to the sounds.
Clear space.
Yeah, trying to do things like mindfully eating. You know, where I just sit down and I just eat my food, and I'm not looking at something, and I'm not talking to someone. I'm trying to work on being more present in my life. So I have to simplify my life in order to do that. And I'm trying to do less multitasking and more being present in the moment, and
Man,
I find
I need a coach
that
like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a life coach that tells me to do this stuff. I like it.
Oh my gosh, this is all stuff I've just gotten from other people. Yeah, and
Cool.
like just working on creating this space, like the mental space in my mind, to allow my thoughts to explore what's going on right now and
Yeah.
reflect on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's when I find that then when I do creative things, that I feel more clarity and kind of more peacefulness, and I kind of am better about trusting my instincts.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I'm more in tune with my instincts. If
Yeah.
that
Cool.
makes sense. That's
Yeah,
what I'm working
Makes
on.
perfect sense.
Yeah, it does.
Not perfect at it, but I'm working on it.
What would be the ideal creative life for you? If everything perfect 24 hours,
Ooh.
you had the mix of work and play, what would it be?
Meditate in the morning.
Mhm.
Go to a yoga class. Eat well.
Yeah.
Eat healthy. And then I'd sit down and I'd go through a list of my stuff that I really wanted to knock out, like my passion projects that I hadn't started on yet.
Yeah.
And I'd start brainstorming that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'd probably get a good lunch in, probably a little coffee,
Okay.
and get me hyped up for my next brainstorming session. I'd do that, and then I'd shoot for a sunset surf, man,
Yeah.
just to kind of start to sort of let it settle in.
Yeah.
Like the day's work, let it kind of settle in, and
Yep.
just at a moment of freedom, just kind of let not be focused on one thing or
Yep.
too many, be in my space, and then I'd sleep on it, man.
Awesome.
That's what I do now, actually.
Nice.
Good
What
for
about
you.
what about you, Sarah?
My perfect day would look something like waking up, doing yoga. I'm trying to do yoga every day, every morning.
Yeah.
Wake up, do yoga, make a cup of coffee. I'd have my boyfriend make it for me because he works at Bird Rock, so he makes the good coffee.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
got
make
the little
tea.
squiggly thing, and it's got your initials
the
in it on
gooseneck
top. Like,
Oh yeah, he's got the
Beautiful.
scale where it's like 21 grams of beans.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I get to drink the dang coffee.
Yeah,
So it's, I don't know how I got so lucky. Yeah, cup of coffee too. I would take a cold shower. I've been working on cold showers. They're really, really good
Yeah.
for clarity of your mind, and also for inflammation too. I'm learning
Yep.
more and more about how awesome cold showers are.
yeah, they're good.
So yeah, yoga, cold shower, feed my cat, head out the door. I take the Pacific Surfliner train
Yeah.
because I commute from San Diego to Oceanside.
Yeah.
So I love the train because I get to sit on the train and look out the window at the ocean
Oh yeah.
and do work if I want to, or just sit and listen to music or a podcast. Go to work. I do my good. Put in my 6 hours for the day. It's about my normal work day. Feel proud that I contributed to something because
Yeah.
I gotta contribute to something in my day
Yeah.
to do something. Otherwise, I feel unfulfilled.
Yeah.
You know. And then take the train home, and I'd probably snuggle with my cat. And I'd love to get out in the backyard and do some gardening. I moved into a new house recently,
Okay.
and we've got a pretty bare backyard with
Yeah.
a lot of plain soil, and so I really,
Landscape gardening is the
getting my hands dirty,
Yeah.
and then
That's
the quiet of that and the connection,
Yeah.
That's it.
that would really be a great way. And then cook a good meal,
best. Cool.
yeah, from scratch.
Cool.
That's the best.
Yeah.
For that cup of coffee, give your boyfriend some snuggles, all right? Not just the cat.
Oh, every
You
morning.
got cat first, then the boyfriend.
I
That's what-
know, the cat didn't make any coffee for you that
Make my coffee and I'll snuggle with
Exactly.
the cat just roams around
morning. Exactly.
expecting hugs.
Uh-huh.
No, he gets snuggles too. Everybody gets snuggles in our
Cool.
house. We're a snuggly house.
Now that I know what Sarah's day looks like.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's pretty much it.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, how can people get in contact with CoboBottle, and how can they connect with you through social media, or even trying to possibly partner up with you or be
Yeah.
an ambassador? Where can people reach out to you?
Pretty easy. Stop by the office if you're local.
Mhm.
We love to talk face to face with people in the flesh.
Yeah.
It's our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
We got people stopping by the office all the time, so don't feel like it's going to send us for a loop. We'll stop what we're doing and dedicate all the time we need to talking with you.
Okay.
Another way, if you want to look us up online, pretty straightforward, CoboBottle.org.
Okay.
Don't forget the .org part, or you can Google us, CoboBottle. We'll come up there too. Social media, CoboBottle.
Yeah.
Facebook, CoboBottle. Instagram, Facebook, you name it. LinkedIn, CoboBottle.
Yeah.
You get on the Amazon, look us up, CoboBottle.
Yeah.
So you can find us all those places with that simply put. And then if you want to talk to us, any of those places will likely have our phone number or Google us there and give us a shout on the phone.
Awesome.
Email hello@CoboBottle.org.
Awesome.
All the ways.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, not a problem, not a problem. Like I said, all this will be in the show notes, so I'll like I said, I'll be posting this out once this episode launches. It'll be all over the place. So,
Awesome.
yeah, please check them out. If you don't know about CoboBottle, you'll know them soon. And hey, check out the website. Check out all the awesome things they're doing right now. Like I said, they're doing some great things. Not only providing a great product, they have a great brand, but like I said, they're trying to protect this planet, trying to protect the waters for our next generation.
You got it.
So yeah, like I said, this has been another great episode with Logan, with Sarah, and with CoboBottle. So check them out. Once again, this is the Creative Brew. Be creative and stay inspired.
Very
Thanks
cool.
for hosting.
Hey, very cool.
Thanks for
No
having
problem.
us.
Thank you, man.
Oh,
really
thank you.
appreciate it.